Alrighty, folks. Well, welcome to another session of our Princes of the Apocalypse. I am your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our endangered players this evening. They're an endangered
Oh,
species.
we are endangered. A
What's
dying breed.
up?
What up, YouTube?
But
Hello.
yes, hello internet, and let's talk about a little bit about how we got into our current predicament before we get into well, whatever's gonna happen this time. So, last time, you were arriving at Riverguard Keep. You quickly split up with different tasks. Han and the Sleeping Shad were going to pose as servants, while Baron and Adun were to walk up in hopes of finding work and also giving these servants as gifts. And while this was happening, Artie was going to scout out and sneak into the small fort to see what was around the place in the shadows. Unbeknownst to the group, this night would change the fate of all of them, setting them on a course, which we're going to find out. While Artie was sneaking around, he did find a curious drow that apparently seemed to have known Bairn, Vic. Unsure why he's here, for his own reasons. The pair evaded guards under cover of darkness and started to headed to, well, tell me, you guys want to go to a broken ruined tower, or do you want to go to the stables?
Could it be like maybe Artie saw this exchange happen and I kind of start making my way towards the one of the ruined towers and he
Absolutely.
stealthily
Yeah,
follows?
that's. I was just needed a location. So yeah, the pair evaded guards under the cover of darkness and headed to one of the top upper portions of the broken towers, seeing that the lower portions of each were occupied. Just noting because there's some torchlight underneath the doors. But meanwhile, Baron and Adun had actually supposedly been accepted into this brigand's company under the leadership of Jolliver Grimjaw. Unfortunately, unknown to Adun, he was recognized and watched over carefully. And while he stepped away on his own, in the evening he was slain after he had cast a powerful spell on one of these thugs, killing him. Baron at least saw him step away, and did have sight of Vic for a moment, but still unawares of what happened to Adun. And as Adun had met his grisly fate, well, they would all see in the morning, when the light would start to peek through the gray and rain-covered skies. But we're not gonna get there in the morning yet, because in the evening, Vic and Artie, North or South Tower?
North.
Okay. As rain kind of trickles in from the broken ceilings up here, get to a quiet place, hearing the occasional grumble from below. But you can tell it's for the most part pretty soundproof out here with the rain pitter pattering, the occasional distant thunder. To arrive in this space.
I guess assuming we crawl into this area roughly at the same time,
Yeah.
Artie will climb in through the window and he'll stop halfway into the window and into the tower room, and he will just stare.
Yeah, and you can see this place is like the wall is caved in, so it's pretty open to the elements in some regards, but it has most of a roof on it at least. Clearly abandoned and hasn't been used in some time.
Okay.
As you stare out, eventually, the occasional light of the lightning, you would see the form of the dark purple skin of a drow, white hair and gleaming red eyes. Vic.
Howdy. And who might you be?
So even cool-faced Artie has now a look of confusion on his face. So you know Baron and the others?
Quite well, yes. How do you know them?
I have been sentenced to accompany them on a few errands.
Oh my, sentence. And that sounds a little intense, but okay. Would you like some help in through the window, young boy? I'll stick my arm out.
Artie will hesitate, and he'll take the arm and pull himself in. But make it clear from his the way that he does pull himself in that he actually didn't need the help. Professional pride.
Absolutely.
Mm. So I'll smack him on the shoulder. Well, any friend of Baron and Dune and Han and Shad are quite welcome in my presence. But I do have a question for you, young man.
And I think I'm
Where?
going to have a few for you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm used to that nowadays. But where the fuck are the rest of my friends?
Well, I don't exactly know who the rest of your friends are. I can tell you what happened to the ones that I arrived with.
Let's start there.
Well, Shad and Han are, well, posing as, for lack of a better word, slaves, as our
Huh?
purchase into this keep. And as far as I know, Baron and Adun are in the barracks making nice with the captors.
Okay. So essentially, everybody's split up for the time being. That
Oh,
doesn't
yes,
sound.
I was keeping an eye on them as I was instructed to do, but it seemed like Baron was interested in us meeting. Uh, you're a drow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Guess I'll take your word for that for now.
But not. I'm a drow, but I'm not a drow that you probably have been told stories about. I'm more of a. I left. I left the drow to go out on my own because I'm tired of what it represents and what we did as a race. So I've was out on my own for a long time, and I stumbled across Baron and Chad and Adone and a few others who aren't with us right now. But Han was there from the very beginning, and yeah, I'm out here with them, helping the world if I can.
Well, I guess I really only have one other question for now, and it's kind of the most important one.
Mm.
Why in the hell do they call Shad Pebble?
Oh man. I think it has something to do with when we were fighting that Manticore a couple weeks back. Can't really remember how it came up, but Adune uh started coining the nickname Pebbles. It kind of stuck because it's and you seen that boy's arms? Things look like tree trunks.
Yeah, well, I think we need to lay low for now.
That we do.
The others were kind of a little beat up in an encounter we had.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I wasn't there. That sounds like
So,
fun.
are you here just to reunite with them or for another purpose?
Oh, I had no idea that y'all were here. I was here for another purpose, but now I'm here for, well, it seems to be two purposes.
Right.
You can always have two objectives in life, young man.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I assume from how you move, you are competent at concealing yourself.
One could say that, yes.
Well,
So I actually have a question for you. Uh, what are we going to do in well, I don't know, the near future? Because as much as I enjoy talking to you right now, it seems that we have a need to quite possibly think of a plan on how we're going to help or assist any way we can.
I agree. Any further explanations, I kind of would prefer come from one of the others.
Here.
I think he's saying that's he's done talking.
Well, not necessarily, but as to our reason here, I don't really think that's mine to divulge yet
Mm,
or at all.
well, well, I mean, we can't sit in this broken tower the entire time, but I guess we can definitely take a rest and we can wing it like we always do. But that'll be up to you if you want to follow.
Okay.
All right.
Artie will kind of move off and he's going to locate the most sheltered area of the, for lack of a better term, the room.
Yeah.
And he's going to reach into his satchel and pull out a bedroll and lay it down.
Trying to find some place at least where the water's not puddling, and maybe probably be a little raised kind of area, with rubble and debris, so as to not be on the actual floor. But yeah.
And he will pull back into his satchel and he'll pull out a blanket and offer it to his new drow friend.
Oh.
Say, my name is Artie.
Much obliged, Artie. I appreciate that. My name is Vic. I'll take the blanket.
And the rain is cold as it drips into the room. But as the pair bundle up for the evening, settling in, Morning arrives. I would say also the 2 would note in the early hours of the morning before the sun arrives. The large keelboat, I guess small keelboat, and the large rowboat left the premises and have drifted somewhere else away from Riverguard Keep. Rain still pattering overhead. I would say, like, from a outsider's perspective, we would see in the morning as light does kind of creep over the keep through the gray clouds and still raining skies, keeping a low light almost kind of, even if it's sunny, or even if, even if it's daytime. But there would be 2 bodies strung up, one on the main building and another on the small chapel. And these bodies would look familiar to some, more unfamiliar to those who actually dwell in this place. One of them is the haggard, lanky orc figure of Han. And the other is the mustachioed Adun. As it would seem, Hanabuk had met a similar fate. But we're not
Aw.
we're not looking outside at the moment. Our view takes us to Shad. As you probably got one of the best nights sleep of your life, at least in recent times, being left undisturbed. You would awaken to the sound of clattering dishes and uh, wash tubs, as there are a handful of people going about kind of what looks to be daily chores. You're set in a bunk room with 6 double bunks. There would be also some bedrolls kind of beside them, just in case. Small table in here. A couple of side tables next to the bunks, but mostly this seems to be kind of a bunk room slash washroom for both dishes and clothes. Unfamiliar people around you. As one of them, we'll say sitting in a chair next to you as you awaken, seems to be contemplating something as your eyes open. And if, Adam, you want to describe what Enoch looks like, it's the face that is right next to Shad at the moment.
Sure. So Enoch has a like welcoming face for most, I would say. He's would appear to be uh approachable. Uh got a old like prospector beard and stature to himself. I guess he would tower over our group. He's about 6'1" ish, something like that. Rugged exterior, but like I said, he is relatively approachable and seems to be a friendly fella. He would have like donning as if you would think someone was out like mining for gold. The prospector esque kind of a man of the land.
And like a 49er.
Uh, Big beard, a good mustache that might rival somebody you guys might know. Tends to, I would say if he's sitting there contemplating something, he'd probably be smoking his pipe.
Yeah.
Um, leather, like a duster jacket. Big, almost like one of those like big wizard type hats, not the pointy kind, but like an old Western
Yeah.
type hat.
Yeah, like a flat, wide-brimmed hat.
Yeah, and it would have like a little bit of grass in it or some sort of like flowers. He seems to be like one with the land. He's attuned with the land, I suppose is a great way to put it.
We'll find out more about that later. But Shad, that is what you wake up to. There's a few other people kind of in disheveled clothes. Looks like they're doing some chores. You might overhear one of them. What about that sight in the kitchen last night? There's some... I think they knew him. Yeah, that's why you don't want to get in anyone's faces around here. We're never getting out of here. I heard they're going to string him up, if they haven't already. Along with that other fellow who disappeared in the night. The orc? I don't know how they would expect an orc to clean. And they kind of gesture to the dwarf Shad in the bunk still kind of getting up. Hopefully that one's of some use around here. Might help take the load off. And yeah, that is Shad and Enoch, where you are.
So I would say that Enoch would kind of stand. Well, no, probably still sitting in his chair. You said that he's like sitting right next to
Yeah, right next
Shad.
to him. Why not? Yeah.
So he gives him like, a nudge. I guess he would probably be kicked back a little bit, kind of like puts his foot out a little bit, like, it's time to wake up kind of deal, getting his attention.
How does Shad react?
Of course, as a little mountain, Shad's entirely unmoved by a push. And I look around. Where is this?
You there, boy. Time to hop on up now.
What place are we?
You're in the servants' quarters in the fort.
Where is the orc?
The orc. We heard bad things about the orc. Just don't let them catch you slipping and you'll be all right.
Shad's gonna walk off of his bed over towards where some of the little workers, the busy bees, are,
Yeah.
and kind of listen into what they're doing and saying and try to get a location figured out.
They kind of quiet up as you approach them. Oh, like, you should probably start getting to work soon. Some laundry over there that needs done.
Where?
And points to like a basket nearby.
Where to do it?
In the tub. And
Come here, new fella. I'll show you which way to go.
There's a few tubs around. It's a small space. I mean, it's kind of sizable room. I'll bring you guys to that map, if it helps.
So I'd say that Enoch's gonna approach Shad and, Come over this way. I'll show you your duties.
And Shad's gonna nod.
So what brings you here, fella? By choice? Not many here by choice.
An unfortunate nap.
Nights like those.
And you can
So
see
you come here.
a door kind of leading out to the east and a door to the north, which you can, it's kind of one of those swinging doors that you can hear the clattering of kitchen activity happening to the north of here.
To the north? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lead him out that door to the north then.
Okay. Yeah, heading into the kitchen, you can see two large hearths on the north wall of this room, both holding kettles full of simmering stew. You do see some wash basins and work tables with old, battered crockery standing in the middle of the room. Casks, sacks, and barrels piled along the southern wall. Cheeses and smoked fish hanging from the ceiling near a corner, which looks like an old. There was one in the previous room, but looks like an old. Shit, what is that called? It's got a name. They're the arrow slit.
Oh,
That is
Hmm?
like a archer point. Like there's a thin
yeah.
slit looking outside that might be about like 3 inches wide. And there are people about laboring away. Kind of looks like they're prepping for things to go into the stew.
Is this the stew that I would be working on?
Yep.
Okay. Little one, what's your name? Shad? Come over here. I want to show you my gumbo. This here, this mighty fine. Mighty fine. And geez, how would I do this? But this just for the high ups. You no touch. And he's gonna kind of go in and like bring up a waft for him and be like, you don't want this.
It smells good. Maybe a little spicy.
The smell is delicious. I put love into all of my creations. But like I said, you no touch. You hear?
Shad's gonna like quietly grumble at him and start side eyeing him.
And I would say that Enoch kind of looks over at him, just gives him a wink.
Shad takes a step back.
As you kind of like are overlooking the stew, one of the others nearby. Alright, the stew ready? Go ahead and start serving it up. They should be getting to breakfast soon. We fed those that left on the boat, but we still gotta get well, people start waking up. Shifts around here.
Absolutely, sir. It is on its way for you. And I would start like gathering the bowls and whatnot, bringing over the pot, start dishing it out.
And go take it out to the dining hall for 'em. They should be starting to getting together.
It is on its way.
As you start to take a
Shad's gonna follow him.
fair enough. You start to take a few bowls out, and would note that there's probably only like a couple of people in the dining room in the morning. One would be a actually this is going to be the thinner one, a water genasi female who's looking over some papers, and two other women who are just kind of waiting for the meal for the morning.
It's a woman?
Use your imagination. I didn't feel like making a token for just one of them.
What a woman.
I would say, Enoch, you would know this woman as Urshnora.
It's like the Diablo 2 remastered version of Amazon.
Yeah. But she would just give a side eye and keep looking at the papers nearby as the other two are kind of like just sipping away at some brown liquid, probably just dirty water. But who knows?
Dad, do me a
Hey,
favor.
That GIF is fucking distracting.
What?
Scroll up.
Oh, that's wrong.
Ew.
It's the
You're the one making stew.
it's the soup.
Made with love.
Yeah. Looks like honey.
I'm glad that
thought
I'm
caramel.
putting my notes back over that. So anyways, I'm gonna say to Shad, give me a hand there, son, and I'll give him like a couple of bowls while I'm trying to like dish things out.
So as you start to kind of make ready the meal in the morning, more bodies would arrive to ingest some stew. Meanwhile, Baron, as you awaken in the morning, yeah, down there, you would be awoken by people starting to get up for the day. A few of them do start to kind of side eye you, give a little. Looks like we got a busy day for us. And we'll kind of call, hey, Callie. They go out on the boat this morning? And there's a woman by the window who just kind of nods. And some people just kind of start to go about their day. A couple of people will head out the door, as you might catch a glimpse outside the door of a body hanging nearby.
I got a window right next to my bed too, so I probably see that. So there's still 4 people in here, and I saw 2 go out.
There are still 4 people in there.
All right.
And people seem to be going in and out of here at a moment's notice.
All right. Baron's gonna get up and. Interesting night that was. Anybody ever catch what happened to that drow?
No, we're keeping an eye out though. Definitely people on
Aye.
alert.
Probably a good idea.
I think there was other entertainment to be had. As she'll give
What do you
kind of a
mean by
smile. Oh, I guess you must have had a good night's sleep. Apparently,
haven't-
that orc servant that you gifted was no good.
What do you mean by no good?
They caught him snooping around. Jolly, did what Jolly does and gave him enough lashings to where, well, he's lashed up now. She gestures towards the door.
Baron's gonna kind of have a confused look on his face and give him a side eye, and then
As you would
Make
exit
his
the
way out.
door, on the main building here, on the side of it, this tall building kind of strung up by a little water spout into the rain. About 15 feet up, you would see the body of Han. Beaten and bruised, whipped and bloodied, strung up.
Baron will look at him for an extended amount of time, and
A couple of the other ruffians are looking up, giving a nod and like gesturing to each other, and then kind of you would look over, and on the side of the chapel you would also see the body of a Dune. No lashings, but plenty of pierced marks from, one could assume, shark-toothed blades.
Baron will see them both. He won't say anything, but you'll see his hand kind of reach down to his axe on his belt and run his fingers along the blade as he continues to walk. Gets about here, he'll make a very small head bow gesture towards Han and continue to move towards the main hall.
Yeah, as you kind of start to head that way, the other two that are kind of wandering around this area, one of them will look to you as kind of darker skinned, half elf, muddy, just very disheveled look to them. I see you're new here, right?
Alright? I am new here.
Just go talk to the priest. She's got a lot to say. Might learn
Where might
something
this
while you're
priest
there.
be?
In the chapel, of course. And where else would they be?
Well, where's the fucking chapel? I just got here.
Points to where Dune's body is. Don't worry, we got rid of any other unwanted insignia and relics.
Baron's gonna pay him no mind anymore and kind of head over that way.
As they will head to one of them will kind of meander about while the other heads to the main hall. Yeah, you would see a Dune strung up on this building that is very close to the northeastern tower.
Baron now has a very firm grip on the shaft of his axe.
War pick.
I put my war pick away.
Oh, okay.
Going
The war
classic.
pick's on the back. Yeah,
You've also
He has
got
a
you've
very
also got
firm-
Shad's maul on your
I
back.
do, but that's on my back. And a very grim look on his face. He's not gonna do anything right now. He does give Shad a very long look
Yeah.
as he walks by and kind of heads towards the chapel, but then I think he's gonna head towards.
Well, you don't know that they're there. I just put their tokens there
No.
just to have
Yeah,
them
that,
somewhere.
that's fine. But I think he's gonna head towards where he thinks breakfast is gonna be.
Okay, towards the main hall.
Yeah, towards the main hall.
I would say probably at this point, Artie and Vic, go ahead and give me a perception check.
right.
has begun.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
That's the way we start this
Polar
game.
opposites.
Yes.
It's a little too brainy for you, Vic, as it's hard to make out heads or tails of much around here. But I will say Artie, well, you know what? Maybe not necessarily the rain, but you also kind of occasionally hear loud belches from below, and the occasional thud from the room beneath you. But Artie can kind of ignore those distractions, and as you peer out, you do see Baron kind of looking about next to the chapel. As you guys are maybe about
So it's really
20-ish feet up over here.
I saw Artie on the chat window. I saw his roll, and I saw Vic's
Vic is on
dice.
Whisper right now.
Okay,
Okay,
I saw his
I was
dice
wondering.
on the screen.
Yeah, they don't sometimes line up for some reason. We always go with what actually
Well, he did roll in that
displayed.
one.
I
Yep.
saw the nat one as a dice on the screen, but I did not see it in the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, same here.
That was me.
Yep,
that
because
was-
he's on Whisper.
Mm.
I took myself off.
You're good. But Artie, yeah, you would see Baron looking, and then you would also notice. Well, you wouldn't be able to tell what he's looking at, just that he's looking at the wall of this chapel. Kind
okay.
of looking out probably towards the waters and noting that both of the vessels are gone. There is a single person kind of not really walking the outer wall down there. She's more kind of trying to be small in the rain. Probably has hood up and just keeps a lantern out overlooking the waters.
Okay. Hoping he remembers what happened last night. Artie's gonna say, Vic,
Yeah.
stoop down, hide.
Get
And-
small.
Artie will, from a hidden vantage point, reach into his satchel and pull out another ball bearing,
Okay.
and he's going to chuck it at Baron.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
I'm going to use up all my ball bearings. Watch.
You got 1,000 of them. There's only
Be a shower.
998
It's
to
gonna be a
go.
shower. Sleight of hand.
An 11. Baron, you got a pretty good perception. You would notice a small shimmer of something round kind of
I
fall
catch
into
it in my-
it would fall into the mud next to you.
I catch it in my teeth, fucking
Ace
Jim
Ventura
Carrey
style.
style. Yep.
It'll kind of fall into the mud next to you as you see that shimmer. I would say you'd at least be able to tell where it came from. About 20, 25 feet up on the broken interior of the tower above.
And I'll look up that way.
You can see kind of the shadowy form of both Vic and Artie. And it's not dark here, it's more low light. It is daytime, well, morning.
So I'll kind of like reach up and kind of give my head a tap, like right on top of my helmet, and then kind of keep walking, just to kind of so they know that he knows that I saw him,
Yeah.
but I don't want to give away their position.
Fair enough.
So, do I know that he threw the ball bearing at Baron?
No, but you did see Baron kind of look up for a brief moment.
Okay.
Like you had his attention for a second.
Well, gosh. Well, I'll cast message to Baron then if I can see him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll point at him and, hey Baron, what's going on, you arrow drinking fool? Me and Artie up here in this tower. What do you got going on down there?
Oh, well, I'm glad you met that little shit. They fucking killed Han and Adun. They're both fucking strung up on the walls.
Cast message again. Well, fuck me to tears. They got both Han and Adun. Well, what do you want us to do? We can't be separated much longer, man. This ain't gonna work. And by the way, them boats is gone, so we might have a chance with, numbers and all that nonsense.
I'm still trusted here, though. Let me go find Shad. Keep yourselves out of the fucking shit.
Let's message him one more time. You got it, buddy. Be safe, okay? We'll stay out the shit and we'll try to be Overwatch for y'all. Love you.
I'll,
Bye.
I'll come out to the same spot here when I have some information.
I will turn to Mr. Artie and I'll relay all that information to him.
Artie looks non-pleased, but he probably knows the value of continuing to remain concealed for now.
Fair
But
enough.
he is examining alternate ways to get over to the roof of the chapel.
And you can see the easiest way to get onto the roof of the chapel would be from the walkway. And it's not a particularly high chapel. The what is it? The rampart up on the side of the wall to the north. That was how you got in, actually.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, sort of case that route in case we need to move quickly and get over there.
I would say you would occasionally having a pretty good vantage point of both the other two towers, even past the broken and ruined stables. You would see people start to exit, and plenty of them are starting to kind of head out towards for like breakfast. Some people from each tower.
Okay. Hmm.
So you would, just to know that like people are kind of getting up at this point. But Baron starts to head back towards the
Yep. We're gonna go see
main.
what's going on for the breakfast in the
Yeah.
main hall here.
Yeah, as you enter into the main hall, you would indeed see Shad and this taller fella serving everyone food. You can see a water genasi going over plates of things, or not plates of things, papers of things, and not really paying much attention to the food itself being served. But you would see both Shad and this other fella, quite tall, go back and forth from the kitchen into here to bring soup.
Yeah, what's for breakfast?
Go and have a seat there, fella. I mixed up something real fine. And I turn towards Shad again, and it's like every time I reference this thing, well, not every time, but I'm kind of giving him a wink when I'm referencing the stew.
So Baron will sit down, and I want to definitely make eye contact with Shad.
You do. And
And
Shad, you see Baron enter in as well.
kind of give him a nod.
I'm gonna
Can
do
I?
one-handed sign language to him, army style.
Does Baron know sign language?
Nope.
It's army style.
I don't know.
I
What's
mean-
armies? What are you trying to tell him?
it's not really sign language. I'm just holding a bowl and doing one hand and like shaking it like don't fuck with the soup.
Okay. Fair enough. You just kind of just like as you place the bowl in front of him, you just kind of make a gesture. That's fair enough. Easy
What I-
enough to do.
Would Enoch be able to notice any
Eno-
of this
Enoch with-
nonverbal communication?
With his passive perception, he would notice this for sure.
I would. Okay.
This kind of communication between the two dwarves.
Okay, so with the bowl set in front of him, I'm gonna walk over as if I'm getting ready to serve this other dwarf.
Well, he had just been served by Baron or
Oh,
by
oh,
Shad.
he.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you got a strong stomach there, little one.
I use a dwarven fucking booze. You're giving me as strong a stomach as I can get.
Another one at the table would be like, well, hope you have a stronger stomach than your friend that came in with us.
I sure hope I fucking do. Apparently he's got a mouth on him too, huh?
Apparently he had a mouth and he also stole from the priest here some months ago.
So he had a mouth and no brain then.
Right. Although he did have magic with him this time. But
I saw him use it. Why do you think I didn't cross him?
well, we've got the numbers, so don't worry about that any longer.
Baron's gonna like kind of look down at his stew. He reaches down towards his stew, and as he does, he fucking knocks the edge of the bowl with the spikes on his gloves, and it fucking spills in his lap.
Give me a performance check. With a 14. Yeah, you spill it all over like your lap and the rug as it smells great. But it's hot.
Are you wasting my good gumbo, boy?
That smelled great. I don't know what happened.
It's classic dwarves. They're clumsy as all get out. Well, hopefully you're stronger than you are able to handle your soup. We only get one portion, so that's yours for the day.
Oh fuck! And I was fucking hungry too.
The water genasi. Well, that's how you, them's the breaks for new recruits.
I guess I'll just have to work my way up to 2 portions then, huh?
Eventually, if you're worthy enough. Perhaps a lecture from Drosnin would do you good.
Well, maybe one day you'll find out how worthy I am.
She kind of rolls her eyes and looks to both Shad and Enoch with a certain disdain. Well, are you going to clean it up or not?
Man, we get right on that for you. And I guess I'd hurry over to the kitchen to grab like towels and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has Shad has he introduced himself? Do I know him by name?
Probably not. No.
No? Okay.
He called himself the Stone or something, I think, earlier.
You there, Stone Boy. Come over here. We clean this up real quick. Real fine for you, miss. I'll just head back to grab stuff.
Fair enough. Well,
And can
I'm gonna
I?
head- I
Oh.
would say I want to head that way too and be like, yeah, it was my fucking fault for spilling it. Let me go get something to clean it up too.
Urshnora, the water genasi, like, they've got it. People need to learn their place here. It's good to start them fresh. Hope you don't hold any ties to your dwarven brethren there.
Oh, absolutely fucking not. I want to make myself good, looking good with you. I made the mess. I want to help clean it up.
Then that would be quite the opposite of what you should do. Tell your lessers
Better-
how to deal with things. Just like I'm telling you to make them clean it up, not the other way around.
Very well then, my lady. And I'll turn to.
I'm far from a lady. It would seem you have much to learn.
Hey, apparently. And I'll turn to them and be like, "Oi, go get a fucking towel. Clean this shite up."
I'm gonna gesture towards Shad, and like kind of ushering him into the back room. And can I notice how busy it is in the kitchen, like to where?
Yeah, it's kind of a swinging door, so you kind of creep it open a little bit. There's the same 5 people, kind of just prepping for the next meal and cleaning up and like getting ready for the
Okay,
next
so
service essentially.
sure. As we're grabbing our cleaning supplies or whatever, I'm gonna kind of like lean into him and be like, "I picked something up back there. You know that guy back there, don't you?"
Chad.
Chad's gonna just look at him. No.
Okay. So I guess,
He's trying to keep a low profile.
yeah.
I would say,
Look.
Enoch, your passive insight can tell that he knows him.
Okay,
But he's trying not to draw attention to it.
Sure. I'm gonna say to him, "Look, I want to get out of here. I'm trying to escape this place. The gumbo will make people sick, so it might cause a bit of a distraction for us to get out of here. I'm not an enemy. I could use some help." If you would like to help.
How does Shad respond?
I have to clean the spill.
That we do. Okay, I'm gonna help him gather cleaning supplies.
Yeah, as cleaning supplies wouldn't be in the kitchen; they'd be in the cleaning room
Oh, okay.
to the south. But just the same, you can kind of go in one door, out the other, and get to cleaning. And Baron, these guys aren't very talkative, other than like kind of the occasional talk of their pillaging and general banditry. Some of them, they're
can
talking
I-
about the stuff that they've stolen and the people that they've beaten up, kind of thing.
Do I pick up on Enoch's picking up of what went on between me and Shad? And
Give me an insight check for
he-
that.
well, because he also said something to me too about it being,
He might be being a little too obvious about some things. So sure. I'd say with a 10, sure.
okay. So At this point, Baron will wait till they like kind of wipe up the mess and kind of look over at Shad and be like, "Oi, dwarf, I gotta move some heavy shit out here. I need some fucking muscles. Get your ass out here." As I start to move towards the door, and then I also want to kind of give a look, just a quick look,
Bobo is strong.
quick look to Enoch, like right in the eyeballs, to let him know, you know, that look. Like,
We're going out here.
yeah.
Suppose you could probably use another hand.
You probably could use another hand.
The water genasi will say, look out for that one. He's too tall for his own good.
No, but he's built like a fucking willow. I'll break his kneecaps if he tries anything.
Make sure you do. Don't be afraid to use that hammer on your back.
That's what it's there for.
Hopefully you can swing it.
I'll swing it better than most. And move outside. As I'm moving, hurry the fuck up. Let's go.
You lead, I follow, boss.
All right, so I'm going to go back out to the spot that I said I was going to be at. Somewhere around here, I think.
It was like over here.
Okay.
But yeah, having these two lead you into the rain. It is a wet morning. And Shad, you are unfamiliar with this space here, but you would see people going in and out of the mess hall, essentially. Some of them are going to a room where you hadn't been afterward.
So it's pretty clear over here. Is there anybody within hearing distance of a quiet talk that I see?
Give me a perception check. The 15. Aside from the window here, you do see some movement inside this building. So
Okay.
there might be some slight overhearing, but it is raining. It's not always easy to hear through
I'm gonna be
stone
as
walls, but there are windows as well and wooden
Be as-
doors.
quiet as possible and be like, look at Enoch real quick. I don't know who the fuck you are, but we need to get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna turn to Shad and be like, Shad, we got some Overwatch here. I got your hammer. We need to
Hey,
figure out.
boss, I am all for that, and I am here to help too. But we cannot leave our lickety split like. I
Why you
need to
say that?
find something that is being kept on someone named Reesh around here. And also, and I'm gonna kind of look back and forth, trying to make sure that nobody's listening and whatnot. The chapel there. This place has people working day and night to fix it up, but that chapel never needs no kind of renovations. Something
Alright.
going on in that chapel.
All right, so Baron's gonna be like, all right, we gotta figure out something here. Let's head on over this way. We're going to... And I'm gonna say very loudly, oi, we need to go start to rebuild this tower for the protection of the fucking realm, or the protection of the fucking castle.
Just make sure you're not too nice to us, boss. They'll pick up what you're putting down.
Oh, yeah. Hurry the fuck up. Let's get the fuck over here. And you start to putting the stones on this fucking tower.
And you can clearly see that there is at least a water genasi, and looks like two other individuals inside the chapel. Looks to be brightly lit inside.
And then, yeah, I'll just tell him, Start stacking stones. We need to get this tower back to defensible position.
I would say at this point, both Vic and Artie would hear Baron kind of calling out, and you would look over and you could see a taller fellow with a wide brimmed flat hat and Shad as well out there.
And I'm standing where I said I was going to be standing.
Yep.
I cast message on Baird.
I mean, he's just 20 feet down.
What?
You can, but yeah.
I'm
Okay.
still gonna I'm still gonna cast message. It's a free thing. What in the hell are y'all doing down there?
Well, these guys are my fucking slaves right now. And I think this wiry looking dude here, he's got similar interests to us right now.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Do it again. Well, that's great. What the fuck do you want us to do? You want us to help stack stones? Or just sit up here and wait?
I think we might need to start stacking bodies.
We can't
Last-
overhear this, right? This is
Right,
like
yeah.
in their mind.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Last one. You say the word, buddy, and I'll be there, and I'll let this young kid know.
All right. So as they're working, again, I want to look around and see where we're at as far as anybody that's overhearing anything.
Like I
See
said,
what
you can
else.
see that there's at least
Okay.
an individual or two inside the chapel. There is someone overlooking kind of the river on that wall to the southeast of you.
All right.
And there would be a little bit of light coming from the door underneath this tower.
All right. So
Oh, I'd like to talk to Artie real quick.
Absolutely, yeah. What do you tell Artie?
Hey, Artie. It seems that body stacking will commence here in a little bit. What are your thoughts on that, young man?
I'm just a kid.
Have you ever stacked bodies before?
Well, I'm just a kid.
Oh, shit. Okay. Do we know that there's a person to the south of us on that
Yeah, you can
bridge?
clearly see. Yeah, you can clearly see them on that wall down there. They've got a lantern out, hooded cloak up, bow at their side.
Artie, I think when Baron is gonna give us a word on when it's time, and we're gonna need to take out that person down below us to the south. She may be a call out, or she may be a lookout or a bridge controller type of person. We need her gone.
So I want to cast let's see, what's that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I want to cast the Mugatory for some thunder. Kind of from that general direction.
That's just thunder. That's not uncommon in a rainstorm.
Right, but I just want it to be loud.
Sure, a little crack of thunder
And-
echoes.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to be like, you boys ready to stack some bodies?
Shit.
Let's go. You want to clear this place? Let's clear this place.
Okay.
And I'm kind of looking, be like, before we start, what was in that soup of yours? Because it smelled fucking good.
A little bit of this, little bit of that. I create everything with love, but this is a love with ill contempt.
Buddy?
Keep an eye on his hand.
Say that again, but louder.
No.
You said because he was trying to say it to where he didn't hear it anyways.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
So Baron's going to reach over into his back, kind of like he's pulling a fucking sword from his back. Grab them all, kind of toss it over to Shad, and be like, I really wanted to see how you fought with your fists, but we'll save that one for later.
Shad's gonna catch them all and hug it like a puppy.
Aww.
And I'm gonna move over to here and be like, all right, boys.
As this is happening, I would like to cast Find Familiar. And I would like
Tell us
to
about
summon
that.
an owl.
What is that like?
Being one with nature, I would say that leaves start to kind of almost translucent leaves kind of whisk down and swirl around me, and
Might
they
draw some
summon up.
attention.
Okay, I don't want to do it then.
I mean,
I take back. I did not want to summon Find Familiar.
okay.
All right. So while I'm here, then I'm gonna be like, what do you guys see? You've been scouting the area. We got anybody that
Got a gatekeeper down to the south of us that she's by the gate. So I think if we take her out first before y'all start popping off, we could keep them ships at bay for a little bit at least if they come back.
I
All right,
agree?
can y'all hold off for 5 minutes?
Well, I don't see how anybody else could get to you down there, so we can hold the stairs up here and just in case, and if y'all can sneak
Right.
down there and go fuck her up, then we'll watch your
Keep
back.
stacking stones. We'll be right back. Oh, hi. How clear of a vantage point, like line of sight, do I have on this person
It's
at the end of
rainy,
that?
so they're gonna have some
Actually-
cover from that.
Okay. Can I move? Like, is it traversable to go like here, or?
Those are stairs, yeah. Give me a stealth
Okay.
check if you're trying to be sneaky.
Well, no, I'm asking because I'm kind of confused if I'm in a tower right now. Like
You're
in
above this
my
portion. I don't actually
Yeah.
have a top view of this
Yeah.
tower, so
Okay.
you guys are like up here, maybe about 10 feet above where Baron's standing at the moment.
Okay. Before I move, I'm gonna look to Artie. Hey, Artie, we gotta take out that lady down to the south. Are you gonna come with me or you gonna stay behind?
So you've noticed that in all this time, all of a sudden, Artie's holding a bow, and he's got an arrow knocked, and he'll go, "I'm just a kid."
Wonderful. I'll take my bow out with an arrow and I'll say, let's get a better vantage point and let him fly, buddy.
I think I can probably hit her from here.
Okay.
Probably
Then
can.
if you're gonna do that,
I'd say
all right,
for
if
safety's sake, we should probably both attempt to take her down.
well, I was gonna say if you want to shoot, I could try to run while you shoot and go try to.
Vic
You
has a
wanna do
bow too.
bows?
I was,
Dude,
yeah.
all
I
right,
mean, you
let's
look
take
like
let's take shots. Woohoo! Don't overthink it, Tommy. Let's take shots, Artie.
I will
Shot.
say both you guys give
Lord.
me a stealth check.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Artie would attempt to hide, so to speak.
Ooh.
And you already give me a stealth too.
Oh, I did. It's a total of 14. Crappy roll.
Okay.
We'll figure that out one day.
Huh.
Ah, there it was.
As
Beautiful.
that was me rolling.
Oh, okay.
Neither attack will be at advantage, unfortunately.
Well, I'm going to do a
Cool.
steady aim.
Okay, fair enough.
Uh,
So give me some shots.
But that would still be, for me, just a regular shot.
Right.
can
Right.
I cast Hunter's Mark?
Nope.
No. Okay. Then I'll just take a
If
shot.
you're shooting, you're shooting.
I'm shooting.
Kind of like a glint from your arrows or maybe your cloaks shimmer and kind of a little bit of a thunder or a little bit of crash of lightning as both you do hit for sure. Roll me some damage. No hunter's mark, so 7.
Oh shit! I
10.
didn't even click it off, did I?
You're good. But still, for as 2 arrows go flying, their head kind of glances over, kind of at first looking at Baron and seeing what they're doing, and then glances up as holding up the lantern almost in your direction. The lantern drops as they drop to the ground.
Oh yeah, boys.
All right, fellas. Bodies start
Baron
stacking.
underneath his breath says, "That's one, boys."
Can I move over, like after they drop that body? Can I cast locate object?
You can? What does that look like?
I guess it's kind of channeling into my mind, so I would
That's one that
almost
you need
like
the stick for.
I did not pick up the stick.
I'm just saying it's the one that you need a stick, so you're using the stick in the
What?
casting.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's how it works. It's like a
those
tuning fork or
That's exactly what I was going.
it's a dowsing rod is what it is.
So yeah, it's like dong, it kind of like emanates a circle around it, pointing me in the right direction.
Yeah, as this little twig that Enoch pulls out, you pull it out, starts glowing with this faint shimmer for a moment. And holding it out, it does point south. Like directly south.
You know what I'm going for, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
points directly south of where you're currently at.
Directly south.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, boys, I would like to carry on this way, directly south of us.
You would notice that this walkway ends. It doesn't go anywhere. It's
The fuck are we going that way for?
it ends at a chain.
Well, have fun with that, Van Helsing.
Dan Helsing, is that what you said?
Van Helsing.
Nice. Well, can I go over to that body that they dropped to see if it was carrying what I was looking for?
Sure, give me a stealth check. What is the rest of everyone else doing?
Covering this guy's ass.
I'm looking dumbfounded as like, what the fuck are you going that way?
Nice.
Okay.
Rolls carry over. I'm trying to find my flowers.
As Enoch starts walking towards the dead person, as their lantern is cracked and now no longer lit. What was everyone else doing?
I'm talking to the guys like, all right, next move. I think since he said his stew poisoned everybody, we go take him on in the fucking chow hall.
Well, what about this chapel you were talking about?
I'm not trying to kill no fucking chaplain, but I know there was a bunch of fucking people in the fucking chow hall that wanted us dead. They're pretty happy about stringing up fucking Han and Adun.
Can I overhear this conversation?
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, why
You're
do you
walking
care
all the
about-
way down here.
Oh, I thought. Okay, all right. I thought I was still where I was at.
Well, why do you care about what them chaplains did when Adun's body is hanging outside of their chapel? They all evil in there. And while they're sick over there, let's take out these fools here. I mean, we can fight sick folk all we want, but I want to kill whoever strung up my boy Adun.
And I
I'm
mean,
killing this
I don't
fucking
really
guy.
know about a lot of such things, but a chapel in an encampment like this is a little odd.
Agreed, but I
Yeah.
don't think that the fucking soldiers are going to be in the chapel, but let's go in
So
there. I'll
I
kill the
think-
next fucking person that I see.
Well, people associated with chapels are often more, learned types, and we are looking for a historian among others.
Is Shad anywhere around? Has he walked up to us yet?
Shad looks like he's keeping watch, it looks like. Yeah, what's Shad doing?
Shad is kind of keeping watch and kind of figuring out how he can take that body down because he isn't about the dishonoring of honorable warriors.
So I'll just hold my arms out like,
He's having a little-
what's up?
Crisis moment.
Yeah, as he's kind of looking up at Adun and Han's body a little further down to see about how to get them down. It would be a simple matter of cutting the rope.
Yeah, but so he's fighting with himself to just go and do it right now and risk getting spotted, or stick with the plan.
Does Baron see this?
Yeah,
I was gonna say the same thing.
you would all see Shad just kind of staring
So
in the
Baron's
rain.
gonna move over and kind of like put his arm around his shoulders and be like, I feel you, brother. We're gonna get him down, but right now is not the time. Let's lay these bodies down and make them pay for what they did, and we'll give them an honorable burial.
Fair enough.
Shad'll just grunt.
Artie's going to climb down the side of the tower to drop down around here.
Yeah, I would say at this point you guys should probably climb out of the tower for sure.
Yeah. Because he knows something's about to happen. So he's in sneaky sneak, eyes darting everywhere mode.
All right.
As
Go ahead.
Enoch is kind of going and checking out this body, your pinging of your sensing would look like it's coming from the southern tower. Whatever you're looking for.
Okay. So I would like to make my way back to the
But-
group.
Did you want to look over this person's body?
Yeah, sure. If I'm
Okay.
there.
Yeah, you were there. That's why you said that's what you were doing. I'd say looking on them, they would have a small coin purse on them. They are wearing studded leather armor and have a longbow with 12 arrows in it, a broken lantern, and there'd be a couple of flasks of oil on their person as well.
Okay. Can I just gather up what I think, I would carry?
I mean, what would you carry? I don't know what you carry until you tell me.
Well, I think the oil I would definitely want. The
Okay,
bow
you get
and the arrows.
the bow and arrows that you can't use.
Well, yeah, I saw our group shooting arrows. I figured it would be
That's fair.
beneficial.
Yeah. It's
And
ill-fashioned longbow for sure.
um, I apologize, but um, do I wear leather armor?
You have it in your inventory. Yes, you are wearing studded leather at the moment.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'm gonna disregard the leather armor.
Yeah, it also takes 10 minutes to take it off of a dead person.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to get back to the group. I just kind of wanted to gather up what I could.
Fair enough. You gather up what you can, and as you regroup with the others, that's going to be where we're going to take our 5-10 minute break. As we are
Nice.
Nice.
in the keep together, one dead person. A good one to be
I
gotten
love
rid
the
of,
silent kill.
but
The silent kill is beautiful.
yeah, the lookout over the water is gone. Plenty of spaces unsearched and unsure of. Yeah, we'll take our little 5-10 minute there and pick up here in a few.
Silent kill.
Alrighty, folks, we are back into it, and last we left off, we killed the nearby exit. Well, the guard overlooking the waters, and reunited together. With a mission at hand. Well, at least you're together. That's pretty much where we're at here.
It's better than we've been in the last fucking 3 weeks, so that's great.
But yeah, with rain falling down on all of you, and a new tall person amongst you, where are you headed? And you would have seen Enoch, this tall individual. Who I think has only introduced himself to Shad so far, but he pulled out like what looked to be a twig that was forked, and it was aiming to the south, and he went and checked on this body and came back. And so that's where we are at now.
I would say that Enoch would walk up and be like, throw the arrows kind of down on the ground in front of the group if anybody needs them.
And while he does-
You need any
Go ahead.
arrows?
The arrows are already gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ain't gonna share that, my man.
Artie will throw one arrow at Vic.
Stabs him in the knee.
pull everybody together, kind of like wave them in. I'm gonna look at Enoch real quick and be like, "Don't fuck me, old man." And turn to the rest of the group and be like, "Let's see if we can draw him out of the building there. Maybe they still trust me here. Maybe I can poke my head in and pull him out this way. We set up an ambush."
That sounds like a mighty fine
Chad,
plan.
Chad, I remember you fucking skybombing a manticore. You want to hop up on the battlements there? If I pull somebody out, you can drop a hammer on their head.
Yeah.
As the way up onto these battlements to the north is next to the main building.
So he would have to go across the
Around.
main doors there.
You have to go over. Boop, boop.
Oh, okay.
There's no stairs going up to them here.
Got it. All right. Well, then fuck that. I didn't really see. Why don't you hide outside the main door there and I see if I can draw him out? Like I said, they still fucking trust me, so if everybody can hide and I can bring him out into the open, we can get the jump on him.
Well, I say they still think that I'm taking orders from you so I can go back and stop moving rocks.
Or you could just come in there with me.
No. No.
If you afraid of
No.
then why don't you fucking start moving rocks? Shad, why don't you fucking post up here onto the corner of the building? And Baron's gonna point over here.
All right. What are Artie and Vic doing in this moment? Staying in your current positions on the stairs there with a little bit of a overhead view of what might happen?
Sounds good for me.
Is there space under the stairs, or are they solid?
They're solid.
Artie will then move to around this point right here, right as the stairs are descending,
Mm-hmm.
so he can hunch down and hide. You know, sort of like halfway belly down,
Yeah, I
able to
gotcha.
take a ground level shot.
Yeah, there is no railing overlooking the interior of the battlements.
Baron will kind of say, "Hey, why don't you get up high?
He is up high.
Is that where you want to be?" I thought he was down low because he was down on the stairs.
So those stairs, I actually just realized I made them backwards.
They go up.
They go
Oh,
up.
they go up.
They go up
Oh, okay.
higher.
Okay. Yeah, Artie will climb back up to the tower,
Okay. Easy enough
And-
to do.
take some hiding cover, and be ready to snipe.
What about Vic?
So where I'm at now, if they were to walk out the doors, would they see me? Like, would I be able to tell? Like, they'd be able to see me?
Can you see the door?
I guess. Then I will go. What? Oh shit. You know what? Go right behind. Yeah, it's a window. Oh,
So I would like to, I guess, as everybody's getting kind of situated,
Mhm.
I'm going to approach Baron and may I suggest that we maybe go into the chapel? We could catch them off guard and maybe bottleneck them.
All right, well, my plan was to bottleneck him on the way out,
Okay.
but I'm open to suggestions.
Okay, let me ask this. To the north of me, like where my character is, like up and to the right, that's maybe I misunderstood, but is that the chapel up to the right?
No, the chapel's this building right here. The square.
Oh, okay.
The
I thought.
square building is the chapel.
Gotcha. All right, we are on the same page.
This is the tower.
Okay. All right, then yes,
This
I am
is
100%.
the entrance to the lower tower.
Okay. Thank you.
There is no great entrance to the upper tower.
Okay.
So actually, Baron's gonna move this way, and I want to inspect this door. Does it open in or out?
It would open outward.
Oh,
It opens outward.
Mhm.
Okay. Does it have what kind of door handle does it have? Is it a loop or a knob?
I would say it'd be kind of just like a pull, like iron pull ring.
Okay, so Baron is going to take his war pick and he's going to smash it into the ground as hard as he can right in front of that door so it can't open inward.
Okay. I will say it is a muddy ground here. So
Okay.
it's not the best footing, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I just want to try and prevent that door from opening with the war pick.
Okay.
And then he's going to come back this way and kind of look back at everybody, put a thumb up in the air, kind of question mark. Like, anybody has an objection, fucking give it to me now.
So, real quick, can I cast Disguise Self and make myself look like just a human servant that's
Absolutely.
joined them stacking? I
Has to
would
has
like
to
to
be someone
cast.
that you've seen.
Oh shit. Can I pick somebody from like Red Lark,
Absolutely.
like the
Yeah.
lady from the inn?
Yeah.
Like I'll just actually, you know what? The constable, but like in
Sure,
just
sure. Constable
ragged,
Harburg, yeah.
yeah, in just raggedy outfit, and I will move over here in the fray with them and just like stack rocks.
Absolutely.
Click off a
All right.
spell.
What does your disguise self look like when you cast it? We never seen him cast it before.
Um, so I just start walking down the steps, and you just kind of see like this very nothing bright, nothing fancy, but just like this weird black smoke, and then Vic disappears, and Constable Harbuck, looking tattered and torn, just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fancy trick there, boy.
I don't know.
And Baron is going to charge and kind of shoulder check this door
Are you trying to break
and
it?
charge into the. I'm trying to open it aggressively.
Sure. As you open it, the Keep's Chapel contains plain wooden pews facing a large altar at the west end of the room. No idol hints at what deity is venerated here, but you do see a crude symbol painted on the wall above the altar resembling an X with a horizontal bar kind of linking the bottom limbs. Several straw pallets lie near the chapel door, and you can see one individual in here leaning up against one of the pews turns to see a woman, shark-toothed sword. There is someone laying on one of the kind of sitting on one of these shark-tooth sword lady, kind of leaning on one of the pallets as well. And at the far end, you would see a barnacle-covered, shaved head water genasi female. Wonderful for you to join us. We were expecting new company.
Well,
Have you
and
come
so
for your? Yeah.
I was say as I break that door, like smash that door open, my words are, "That big fucking dwarf attacked me. I need some fucking help."
Just sound the alarm then.
Come out here and fucking help me. And I'm gonna run back out.
Go and check and see. You might hear like a little bit. Give me a persuasion. Give me a deception check. You know what? We'll see. With a 12. Yeah, one person would follow out.
All right. And she's right next to me.
She would kind of like
And
sigh and where's the dwarf? Looks over to see Shad. Pulls out her sword. We're gonna roll initiative.
Yeah.
Didn't want to talk to the chaplain. That one has advantage. Oh, it was almost a 20. So that will take us to Vic. What's your dexterity?
Feels a 17.
All right, so you will actually go first.
Oh, boy. Um, I will. I'll just stop. Fuck it. Just I'm gonna get right up in her face, and we're just gonna straight attack with Stabicus Atticus.
Okay.
Stabicus Finch. I'm sorry. It's been a while. And that's I start that off with finesse, right? Yes,
Yes.
finesse. Oh, can I bonus action Hunter's Mark on this lady?
You absolutely can.
Awesome sauce. Sure. Get that one off. And we will bada boom.
A 20 will absolutely hit.
We'll
Stab
go
out
ahead
with
and
a
put
little
on
dagger.
that dreadful strike as well.
Is disguise self concentration? Anybody know?
I don't think it was. But
Might-
let me
might not
double
be.
check. Disguise self is. I mean,
It
it's
is
not.
not. All right,
Checked
nice.
on my sheet.
I was just double checking, but a 20 will hit. Go and roll me some damage with the hunter's mark added on there.
With the dreadful strike.
Oh, going for the dreadful strike too. Absolutely.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna put dreadful strike on. I take that off. Just Hunter's Mark. Sorry.
All right. Save those for. You already rolled to hit.
Shit.
So roll me the damage
Yeah, you
Sorry.
already hit me.
for 10 points of damage as you stab into her. Anything else for Vic?
And then, of course, then we'll just scimitar that offhand.
All right. A 13 is going to be a miss.
Ooh, that's it.
As she quickly defends herself with her blade. Actually, before the end of your turn, a ray of frost shoots out towards you, Vic, from this guy here. From the priest inside.
Oh shit!
Getting a 10 to hit, though.
That misses.
Then it will take us to this person. She will kind of look back. Get out here! And will stab out with her shark tooth sword at Vic. Getting a 12 to hit.
That also misses.
At which point the other one would rush open through the door, also stabbing out. Sword in hand. Getting a 23 to hit.
That hits.
As Vic, you take 5 points of slashing damage. That will end her turn. Taking us to someone whose eye you caught earlier. From up on the battlements, a couple of shots from a bow get shot out towards Vic, because you're the only aggressor so far. Getting a 21 with their first attack.
Yep.
Second one wouldn't be at advantage. and a 17 with the second attack.
Both hit.
As Vic, quickly you take 8 and 4 points of piercing damage as someone from up here shot you with an arrow. You can vaguely
12
see
total.
that. Yes, 12 total points of damage. They quickly sound the alarm and start running backwards. Taking us to Baron.
Baron is going to bless Vic, Shad, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Vic, Shad, and Artie.
Okay. As
So
kind of
click on
fiery light
bless.
into Vic, Shad, and Artie.
And Baron is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, let's see. 5, 10, 15. I want to jump down here and kind of.
That is like a 30-foot drop.
Oh, that's a 30-foot drop. Okay, so we won't do that. 5.
Muddy
5.
cliffside dropping down.
What about here? Is that giving me cover next to the stairs?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna go up here, and we're gonna stay right there.
Okay. Fair enough.
And at that point, we'll be done.
That will take us to Shad.
Shad sees the guy that just slashed the old buddy.
As your maul lights up. I'm assuming.
It does rage the whole enchilada except for reckless.
Okay.
We're gonna swing normal for that.
A 16 will hit
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
as you smash directly into caving in this woman's skull.
Squish.
Is he on Whisper? Because I don't see that either.
He is on Whisper.
Okay.
Nice.
He rolled 22 damage if you were curious.
Oh, I am, because I like to cheer when we do 20 damage.
Absolutely. Yeah, you just kind of run in and smash her skull as she drops to the ground there.
I can still move.
Yeah, you still got movement.
All right, I'm doing it again.
Stepping on top of her body, using that momentum, rushing the other woman. Yeah. Roll me an attack. 20 absolutely hits. For 12 points of damage, kind of crunching into her shoulder. She gets knocked into kind of the door frame there. Anything else for Shat? Oh, you can't attack again because you already used your bonus action to rage.
Oh,
We'll say she still tumbles into the door, but you don't do any damage to her. But you're there.
okay.
So that will be it for Shad. You don't have to move up there though if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm a little more durable than him.
That's
Okay.
very
Dad's a
true.
barbarian. Dad wants to kiss people.
That will take us to Artie, kind of above. You would, from your vantage point, you would see the guard on the north rampart running away at this point. So you'd be like up there.
Okay.
See all that shit.
I want to move along the crumbled tower room, and I want to get within range of this guard right here,
Yeah,
if at all possible. Still,
within short bow range.
yeah, within short bow. So you're talking,
Absolutely, yeah, you can do that.
oh yeah, I could get there, not a problem. And I will take a shot.
All right. You know what? Before all this, give me a stealth check.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was just about to ask.
Because you did say you were sneaking previously. So this won't be part of this action. Just
Just a
The 32.
general stealth.
nah, they see you coming. So when you move, you will.
Alright.
So it won't be at advantage. And you move, so no steady aim. Unless you try to hide amongst the rubble up there with your bonus action, which you could do.
You do have
Yeah,
bonus?
I think I need to do that. I was going to do
Alright.
it in the reverse order, but yeah, I'm going to hide. So you need another check.
Yeah, yeah. That first one would have been like a prior check because you said you were
Gotcha.
hiding.
Like when
yeah.
I started moving,
Yeah.
they just might not see where I ended up.
Right.
I would have advantage on this though because of my feet.
In battle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he's got blessed too, right?
Bless does not help with
That-
skills.
Check. Oh, son of a bitch.
So bonus action hide
Okay.
and then attack.
All right. Give me that second stealth.
Oh, you don't see it. It's a 24.
I do not, but 24. Yeah, they don't. They kind of look up shit and keep running.
Yeah, I don't.
I
see
dive
you.
under some rubble up there, then put my bow out and boing.
There it
All
is.
right.
I see it now.
Give me that advantage shot. His rolls are sometimes delayed for some reason.
28.
28. We're gonna say that hits just this once though.
Just to flavor it a little bit.
Mhm. Just this once.
12 points of piercing damage.
All right.
That was pretty crappy for
12 points of piercing damage as it strikes into their leg. They're still going.
duck partway behind the rubble again, and that's it.
All right. That will take us to Enoch.
So I would say that I would notice that Vic got shot at from up on the balcony.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 2 shots like straight into him, his shoulder and arm.
So I'm going to go ahead and cast Find Familiar up as far as I can up there. I guess it would be
So it is
a
a-
little bit of... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that is your action, if that's what you want your action to be.
Yeah, I'd like to cast Find Familiar.
Okay, so you let out like kind of a whistle. What familiar are you summoning?
I'm going to summon my owl.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is I kind of like burn some sage, and
Oh wait, no. Find familiar is a minute-long cast, isn't it? Or is it an action?
I think it's an action.
It's
Instant
a 1 hour
healing.
or ritual.
Yeah, it's a. Casting time takes
Yeah, there
that
you go.
long. Oh,
But I think for the druid version,
You're running off of that.
it might be an action. Just double check it. Wild companion, wild shape, find familiar without material components. Action. Yeah. Okay. So you get an owl up there. That is your action.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's going to like he burns his incense real quick, and he's, how would I put this? Emma, the guide your wings with grace or something like that. And so I'm gonna have an owl up there, and does the owl take a turn right after me, or?
Owl can't do shit.
Well, I can tell it to do things. It said.
You can. What would you like it to do?
I'm trying to get it in front of, and it says that I can see through its eyes.
It is an action to see through its eyes.
Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. What I was trying to do was to get it up there to like get in front of them and cause a distraction to slow them down from doing the alarm. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We're learning as we're going.
So I would say it. Roll me a distraction check. I don't know. Roll me a d20. We're gonna add the owl's dexterity. Won't let me drag an owl out right now.
D20.
Unhappy with it.
Yeah, that's about right.
There is an owl up there.
Jesus.
Anything
I
else?
need to like just learn. Yeah, I'm gonna move. Well, yeah, I'm gonna move over there, I suppose.
Generally, summoning a familiar will be an out of combat kind of thing.
Okay.
Its best use as a scout.
Okay.
But it can also definitely do things like that, like distract
Yeah.
or
It says that it doesn't do any damage, so I
Owl flew
figured.
into your face and tried to fucking scratch you. And
well,
might not
his familiar
hurt
can attack.
Yeah, it doesn't.
What about the help action?
It can definitely do the help action.
That can
It
be
might not
clutch.
hurt
You can be
you, but-
thrown advantages around the battlefield a little bit.
Yeah,
If
owls
I-
also
if
have
I saw
flyaway.
a giant owl flying in my face.
It's not a
even if it didn't
giant
hurt,
owl. It's a
Oh,
regular
okay.
owl. But I know what you mean. Yeah, so there's an owl there. It's harassing this this guy.
with a 2 on the D20 roll.
Yeah, I need to do spells that make other people have to roll because I need to just like not deal with doing roll.
Well, that will take us to actually we'll see what they got. Interesting. They got rid of that shit. Might only have to roll. Okay. So Enoch, right behind you, the door bursts open eventually. After you hear a lot of banging on it. As a bugbear shambles through.
Goddamn bugbears.
And you can see 2 other bugbears behind them that look like they have like bruised shoulders from trying to open the door previously.
Start working on my new character sheet quick, guys.
No, we're gonna fuck these motherfuckers up. We're gonna fuck these motherfuckers up.
We will find out real quick. But that was their unless they get it was their action to break open. Hey, what's going on? We're looking for a fight. And it'll just rush out. Haggard pulls out a club. Yeah, a little light hammer. Taking us to the guy down here. Oh, if you could just stop, please. Calling out to Shad. And Shad, I will need a wisdom saving throw. As water droplets start to form around you like a ring. A 12. Shad, these water droplets confine you and restrain you as you are paralyzed. Ending his turn, or her turn. She'll step out to get a little better vantage point. Taking us to Vic as Shad is being restrained. You see water surround him and restrain him tightly. Do that one.
Alright. Can I move my hunter's mark to the lady above Shad?
Absolutely, you can.
Wonderful. We'll do that. And then let's just go with that good old fashioned dagger on her.
A 14 just hits, thanks to Bless.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
For 10 points of damage as you stab into her, making no noise with your blade.
All right, and then we'll pull out that scimitar, and we'll take the attack on her again.
23 will hit. As you slash
Cool.
out with your scimitar for 5 more points of damage.
Jesus. What? I can't.
No, so if you want to measure a square, you need to measure origin from the edge and snap to corner. Yeah, snap to corner.
Snap the corner.
But also you can make it to not broadcast to everyone.
Oh, again. Not bad.
You're good. Anything else for Vic?
Yeah. We'll just move right there.
All right. That will take us to her turn. Seeing you still slashing at her, but also seeing Shad restrained after crushing the other one. She is going to take this opportunity to attack Shad at advantage because he is, well, getting a 14 to hit Shad.
No.
14 misses the Shad Rockmaw. That's her turn. Taking us to the scout up top, who shoos away and has to go do some running. Have to dash. Calling out. We're being attacked! Inside! That will take us to Bairn.
All right. Bairn. Baron's gonna cast Guiding Bolt at the priest.
Okay. They will have slight cover through the doorway and through your comrade.
Alright, well, Baron is then going to instead move here. And then still my comrade, but I don't think there's any cover there.
I would argue because through a doorway, there's still slight cover. There's +2 to their AC.
Okay.
It doesn't make it an impossible shot. It just makes it slightly harder.
No, it doesn't. You're right. Yeah, fuck it. We're going to cast Guiding Bolt.
A 17 does indeed hit.
Nice.
Wait.
As they are concentrating on this water wrapping around Shad. Go and roll me some damage. They take
Oh, that was a decent
16
roll.
points of damage. Unfortunately, their concentration remains on the spell that they had cast. But still, they do kind of this light arcs around them, so whatever next attack against them has advantage.
All right, and then I moved from here, so that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'm going to just move right here for 30.
Sure.
And that will be it.
All right. Unfortunately, that takes us... Actually, what?
I'm sorry. No, I already cast a spell, so I can't cast a...
Correct.
I can't cast one of my channel divinities, right?
You can do a channel divinity, as long as it's a bonus action.
Yeah, I haven't used a bonus action, so...
But I think your divine spark is an action.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about, just for shits and giggles, giving a channel divinity to fucking Vic.
What do you mean? Give him a channel divinity.
To heal him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your divine spark healing is an action.
Okay. Yep. All right. Never mind. All done.
That will take us to Shad, who is unfortunately paralyzed for his turn. But at the end of your turn, Shad, you can give me another wisdom saving throw. Still with the bless. Downside is, Shad, your rage will end. Because of the incapacitated condition. But go ahead and give me a wisdom save at the end of your turn, Shad. 5, you are still restrained by this watery magic surrounding you. Cast by this priest inside. Will take us to Artie, above.
So my target having got away, Artie will move back along the edge of the tower. He's going to get above the bugbears,
Okay.
and he's going to take a shot down at that one.
Yeah, so you would actually have to get onto the ramparts there. Like, to be actually where you're at.
Well, I was thinking, well, I can't see where the tower runs.
So the tower would run along the side there. Kind of connects. So you wouldn't be able to see the bugbear if you were on the tower. So the roof would be where that line is there.
Okay.
But you can easily see it from there if you hop down onto the rampart.
Yeah, I'll hop down onto the rampart and take a shot.
Easily done. Give me that shot at this bugbear menacingly holding a hammer out towards this tall guy.
Would be at normal.
It will be at normal, but you'll still have sneak attack
Yeah,
and bless.
getting a 22.
A 22 will absolutely hit the bugbear. We'll say they made bugbears a lot easier to handle now as well. But there's
14 points of damage.
To take 14 points of damage. An arrow pierces into their kind of like their shoulder, between their shoulder and their neck. Not quite in the clavicle, but still doing some serious damage. It's just kind of sticking up like a shoulder spike. Looking like Bairn.
Then go back up against this wall and flatten against it and hide.
Absolutely.
But I am keeping an eye out on the battlement as well.
Give me a stealth check.
$27.
Yep, you're hidden. Taking us to Enoch.
So I have like a line of sight up to there, right?
Up
like,
to where?
Basically where Artie was at.
You
know
could
that-
see him when he took his shot, but he kind of disappeared.
Okay,
So you don't really have like a line of sight up there.
Sure. What I would like to do is I would like to cast Healing Word on Vic.
Okay. What is the word?
Dirty.
Dirty. You just look over to Vic and say dirty.
I said sturdy, but I like dirty a heck of a lot more.
You just look to him. Dirty.
Dirty.
And wink at him.
Yeah.
No, nothing like that.
Oh, fair
It
enough.
takes the disengage and dash action by.
Yep.
Yeah, shit. I don't blame him there. Let me see if I can find
No,
it.
yeah, you tell him sturdy. What does your healing look like when it touches Vic? Is it
It's
like
okay. So
mud
yeah.
over the wound, or is it like
Yeah, it's like
green light?
flowers kind of pollinate onto
Okay.
him.
Fair enough. As little petals start to blossom around your wounds, Vic, go and roll me that healing word. As Vic, you are healed for 9 points of healing.
Nice.
And it looks kind of pretty, even though it's raining cats and dogs out here.
And so that is, I guess, can I use it as an action or bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
Okay, so just the bonus action. So I would like to, as an action,
Mm-hmm.
it says that Misty Step is a bonus action.
It's also a spell
Um,
slot, so you can only cast one spell that uses a spell slot per turn.
oh, okay,
So you could cast a cantrip.
right. Yeah, I would like to 30. I'm gonna do poison spray
All right.
on the bugbear that's behind me, and what it would look like is I'm pulling out like basically a jug of like those moonshine jugs that have the X's on them
It will be at disadvantage because you're in
because
melee.
up in me. Yeah, I had it. Okay, so just roll twice then.
Yeah. I mean, I will say you do have a melee cantrip at the moment prepared, it seems.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Yeah. So I'm gonna do shocking grasp on it.
Okay. Yeah, as you start to reach for this jug, you instead opt for what does Shock and Grasp look like?
Well, he has this like really cool looking glove on one of his hands, and it starts to just spark. And I'll reach out and just try to grab him.
Yeah, kind of like with the air around, little crackle of static electricity, just already kind of present. Emanates from your hand. Yeah, try to grab him. Give me that shocking grasp. A 15 does indeed hit them.
Yeah.
So do the
Roll me some damage.
Yeah.
As they take 4 points of lightning damage as their body shocks for that moment there. They can no longer make opportunity attacks until its next turn.
And yeah, so with that, I would like to move out of range from this thing.
Absolutely, yeah, you can move wherever you'd like.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried.
Beautiful move, man. Fucking great option.
Shocking
Thanks.
Grasp is great.
I'm gonna move over by in between Bairn and Shad because I would feel a heck of a lot safer next to them.
This tall guy gets behind the paralyzed dwarf and the non-paralyzed dwarf. Alright, that will take us to these bugbears. The one who you shocked is gonna run after you, Enoch. Doesn't care if it's getting in the middle of shit. Kind of seeing red. Oh, you get back here! Runs over towards you, chasing you down. And is going to... Actually, doesn't even have to, like... Just gets to there. And reaches out towards you. And tries to grab you. Yeah. Reaching out with their long arm, getting a 16 to hit.
To meets, it beats.
As you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, they just grab onto your shoulder, holding you still. You stay there! As the other two rush out. One of them will do the same to Vic, trying to grab a hold of him.
Oh.
Getting a nat 1 as they slip in the mud and just fall on their ass. As they reach out, it's all
Does that
raining.
mean they're prone?
Yeah, that's why I turned them sideways. They rolled a nat 1. Consequences. The other one rushes out with a hammer in hand and charges Vic. What'd you do to him? And trying to... Actually, you know what? They're going to try and grab Vic, too. Hammer in hand, still trying to grab you, Vic. Getting an 11 to hit.
Nope.
That will end their turn. Taking us to the priest down the way. is going to use this opportunity as kind of almost pulling in some moisture from outside. As it starts to get cold around them, you see icicles or, kind of frost emanate around them as they, pull in from all the way outside towards them as a jagged knife of ice kind of forms and launches out towards Shad. They're going to try to shoot it out to Shad.
That's a lot of dice.
Shad getting
Yeah.
a 22 to hit.
Meets it beats.
As Shad, you take 6 points of piercing damage and 7 cold damage for a total of 10. I will need Vic, Bairn, and Enoch to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Knew that was coming.
Dexterity saving throws.
All right. As Bairn, you take 7 points of cold damage, while Enoch and Vic each take 3 points of cold damage.
I would like to point out
Mm-hmm.
the fact that I actually rolled high and Baron did not. I would like to put that on record.
On a dexterity save, yes.
Just in general, let me have this.
That's true. That's true. As the knife explodes after it hits Shad and just shoots out, ending their turn, taking us to Vic. Actually, before that, Baron, I need a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration.
At advantage.
At advantage because you have the Warcaster feat. Good thing for that advantage. That will take us to Vic. As the ice took you by surprise. Vic,
All right.
as you look like someone else, you are blessed, but you are surrounded by bugbears. And there's still this woman who took all of that ice damage herself. As shards of ice are sticking into her pretty badly. She's looking rough.
I have Hunter's Mark on her still, right?
You do. And,
Alright.
yeah, and Shad is still next to you, unfortunately paralyzed.
All right. I'm going to let's see. Yeah, so we're just gonna use the dagger again on her.
Okay, absolutely. 19 will definitely hit her.
Right.
As she takes 7 points of damage as you just stab into her gut. She gasps and grasps at her wound as she falls down next to the doorway there.
So now I have a question.
I have an answer.
So I can bump. I know you do. That's why I love asking. So with my Nick property, does it only apply
doesn't
to
have to be immediate. So you could use your bonus action in between attacks, if that makes sense.
So I
And
can use my-
you don't have to attack the same target.
Okay, so I can move my Hunter's Mark to a bugbear and then use my Nick property to attack that bugbear?
Absolutely.
100%. Let's do that. So I'm going to take that Hunter's Mark, move it to the bugbear directly behind me.
To the
And then-
the one that's grabbing on Enoch or the one that's trying to grab you?
That guy right there.
All right, the one that's trying to grab you. You Hunter's Mark onto them.
And then we'll pull out that old trusty scimitar.
All
and
right.
take the attack with him.
16 will hit.
Oof.
They take 8 points of
Oh,
damage.
damn.
Yeah.
You fucking, what a roll.
As you slash across, they're still reaching out to try to grab a hold of you. Anything else for Vic?
Nope, that's that's it.
All right. Not that I don't think anyone would see, but someone disappears off the battlefield for now. taking us to Bairn.
Oh,
You would start
well,
to hear some
okay.
shouts nearby.
Baron wasn't exactly prepared for that at this moment, but we are going to roll with it. Baron is going to.
And at the moment, you still have that lasts until the end of your turn. The mark on the priest that you previously had.
Yep. So I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to move up here. And we're going to cast Guiding Bolt again on
Alright.
that same.
So
that
we'll
same
be at
priest.
disadvantage because you're in melee with the bugbear, but at advantage because of the guiding bolt previously. So a straight roll still.
So straight roll on. Okay, make sure I have that.
And I will say,
Automatic.
since
All right.
Shad is in a very much state of paralyzation, it will not be no cover. As you kind of
Everybody knock on their wooden table. There we go.
a 14.
Misses.
That just hits.
Oh, it hits.
It hits, yeah.
Oof.
As you kind of, duck underneath this bugbear's arm as they're grabbing hold of Enoch behind you. Shoot this bolt of light from your hammer, right?
Yeah. No, I roll, and as I start to stand up, I fucking spark my axe off my shield,
All right.
and the spark flies.
Go
Flies true this time.
Roll me some damage. I have to make another Constitution save. They take 16 points of damage and do get a nat 1 as they do fail their Constitution save. And Shad is no longer paralyzed.
There we go.
Nice. Get them, Pebbles.
Anything
That was
else
my whole
for...
goal. I didn't care how much
Yeah.
damage I did to him.
I mean, they're
just wanted
looking
to
hurt in
get
there
Constitution.
too. Anything else for Baron?
That was an action. You know what? I think. Do I want to do it? Yeah, I think I want to do it. I think I'm gonna move. I think I'm going to pull myself over to this corner over
All
here.
right. The bugbear will try and swing out with their small hammer. Getting a 19 to hit.
It meets a beats.
As you take a whopping total of 11 points of bludgeoning damage, they just kind of hammer you right in the back.
11.
Where are you going? Anything else for Baron?
Nothing except for that. And I will lose that as well.
You have advantage.
All right. Oh, yep, I do. Let me roll that one more time.
Warcaster.
I
you're
got it.
good. You are good. That will take us to Shad, who unfortunately you lost your rage, but you are no longer paralyzed. Shad, what are you doing? Seeing bugbears everywhere, there's still this barnacle woman down the hall. You just
Shad's pissed. Yeah, Shad's fucking pissed.
charging out towards this woman. Can't hear you, Shad.
Yep, I'm going after her.
Are you raging again?
I'll do a rage.
All right. As you get re-mad by the gods, by their will.
And
Shad is super-
reckless.
Okay. So give
damn.
at advantage.
That is super pissed. Well, wait.
Oh, you don't need to go reckless because there's this light
already
that's kind of
Yeah.
surrounding her that will make your next attack at advantage. So no
Oh,
need for
great.
reckless, but you do have advantage.
And here comes the mall.
All right.
Oh,
Nat freaking 20. Absolutely.
Nice.
turns into a pile of mush.
For 23 points of damage as you crunch into their chest, start gasping for breath and coughing up water. They last breath and word you would hear from them would be, deep waters will rise with the revelations, and just pass out. Or not pass out, die.
Yeah.
Oh, they pass
Yeah.
out till they die. They,
No passing out when Shad
Yeah.
hits somebody in the chest with a knife.
Anything else for
Gurgle,
Shad? You still
bitch.
got movement if you would like to move. Where? Oh, I'm snapping to corner. Snap to center. You've got 5 feet of movement if you want to move back the way you came,
Yeah.
just to get a head start. That will take us to Artie.
All right. Artie will pop up his head above this battlement. See bugbears. That one's on the ground, so we're not going to do that. He's going to take a shot at that one.
All right.
And he was in the hidden state.
Indeed.
Hidden.
So at advantage,
18.
18 will definitely hit.
Ooh, for 21 points of damage. One away from max.
Ooh.
Yeah, like right into their next to. You know what? You arrow goes through the ear, kind of up from above, and kind of grazes their skull into their clavicle, right next to the other one. As no, the other one got shot. This one was not shot previously. But yeah, so that one definitely hits as they stumble a little bit in the mud, trying to look up, but they can't move their neck that direction anymore. They're still up, but just barely. Anything else for RT? Uh-oh. Artie?
He clicked that stealth check to re-hide again, but I don't.
It will be harder to hide in the same position. Oh wait, no, because he's got that.
He did
You've got that feet. We lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't see where it came from.
To be fair, I think it's only if I miss.
Oh, that's true.
See,
So he'll
either way, he
move
hit
over
19.
here
Okay.
and hide against that wall.
Yeah, as that's kind of like near the roof wall, like maybe 4 feet up is the roof of the chapel. Fair enough. That will take us to Enoch, as this bugbear is grabbing hold of you by the shoulder. What are you doing? This bugbear here. They've got long, lanky arms. They're lankier than you.
My spell diamonds are locked to where I can't tell how many spells I have left to cast. Is there any way that you know?
What do you mean they're locked?
Okay, now it just went down.
Yeah, so
There's a lock. There was a lock symbol, or there's a lock
I don't know
symbol.
what the lock symbol lets you delete spells.
Oh,
Don't worry
because
about
I
the
was
lock
trying
symbol.
to go in where it says, once I cast something, it's consumed. A diamond.
Whenever you go to actually cast the spell, like, it will ask you what level it is. At the top of that, when it opens up that little box, like cast whatever spell, it'll say spell slots, level whatever, whatever out of whatever. And then next to it is a
Yeah.
little toggle that says use spell slot. Just toggle that on.
Okay. So I guess I haven't used the second level. yet.
No, you've only
Oh.
used the first for healing word.
Okay.
And one of your
Um,
wild shapes to summon a owl.
That's right. Does poison spray go through, or is it just a single target? Like if they're lined up?
Poison spray is a single target.
Okay. Well, then I would like to cast Shocking Grasp on the one that has a hold of me.
I'm gonna let you do it, but it will be a disadvantage because they have you like. It's almost like the tall bully keeping someone at arm's reach, like, and you're trying to hit them. So the only
see.
place you can grab is their hand. So that's
Hey, well, then,
so shocking grasp would actually be harder than poison spray for
So
on
what-
this one.
He
what I'd
moved
like to
away
do
from
then
him.
is I'm going to Misty Step up to here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. As what is that? Tell us about that.
So, okay. Just all of a sudden with a poof,
What?
this lanky guy is gone, and there is like a tumbleweed. It looks like a tumbleweed.
Sure. Tumbleweed kind of rolls by in the wet. In the rain.
Yeah, in the rain.
Sure.
And then I have I'd like to do my poison spray to
Absolutely, any of them will work.
yeah, the one that would it be at disadvantage because it's knocked down?
It will be, yeah. Against the one that's knocked down, it would be.
So yeah, I'd like to do it to that one.
I would say any of the other two would not be disadvantage.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, damn. There it
Oh, I got a
is.
crit.
Finally.
Yeah, but if you're attacking the one that's at disadvantage, you're going to want to roll twice.
Wait, what? Why am I attacking at disadvantage?
Because they're on the ground, so they're a smaller target.
Oh, for real? I thought I would get advantage on it because it's knocked down.
Ranged attacks have disadvantage against people that are prone. So, like trying to hit a sniper, they go prone, so they're harder to hit. But if you were wanting to hit one of these other two, you could, and you would not have disadvantage. That's what
Do
I
you
was trying to
mind
say.
something?
We
Okay,
can go ahead and say that you're attacking one of the other ones. Absolutely.
Sure. So the one that has that little emblem next to it. then.
Yeah, the one that has an arrow sticking out of its clavicle and stab marks or a slash across its chest.
Yeah.
Nat 20. Roll me that crit damage. As it will take 19 points of
Damn.
poison damage. What is your poison spray like? You're reaching for you got your X and O jug.
Yeah, and it's almost like a the fire breathers at like a fair or whatever, but it's just this vomit of poison that exudes out of
Okay,
it.
so he takes a big swig and just kind of spews it out.
Yeah.
Like a line towards them for 19 points of damage as it starts to just melt their face and body as they collapse to the ground.
That sounds like me at the
Whoa.
fair.
Mm.
Sounds like me after the fair. At like 1 o'clock in the morning after the fair.
Yeah. Oof. Anything else for
I'm
Enoch?
just glad it didn't come out the other end.
I guess I would like to kind of move back a little bit just in case if they had a ranged attack,
Oh,
it
they
would
do.
be it be harder to hit. They wouldn't have as good of a view or whatever.
All right. That will take us to the bugbears here. This one will stand up. Unsure where everyone went, but they both see Vic. So one of them is going to try to grab a hold of Vic.
Damn it.
Getting a 7 to hit. As it
No.
tries to grab you and just still kind of slipping on the mud there. And the other one will also try to grab a hold of you. Getting a 19.
Yes, sir.
As they grab a hold, like grab you by like your ribs with their big clawed hands. Ooh, minimum damage. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as they grab a hold of your ribs, and you are now grappled by them. Ending their turn, taking us to your turn, Vic.
What can I do while I'm grappled?
You just can't move. And attacks against other opponents will be at disadvantage. It's like, hey, you gotta fight me and you're not going anywhere.
So I can attack the gentleman that is holding on to me right now?
Absolutely.
Cool. I'll do that. And does he have... Because the hunter's mark is on the guy that's dead right now, right?
Right.
Can I can still bonus action to the guy that's grappling me to do that?
You know what? I keep forgetting to do it. Roll me 2 Constitution saving throws.
Me?
Yes, you.
Yes.
1.
All right. Good. Good.
Okay.
One more. The DC's 10.
I get 2.
You would have
Shit.
you would have to actually recast it, but you can do that.
I will bonus action and recast.
All right. Recasting Hunter's Mark.
And then I'll click on my good old fashioned dreadful strike for the attack on this guy.
Okay, provided you hit.
Provided I hit, yes. So do I click it on after I hit?
You can, but you can do it before if you want. Like it's either or. Like you can roll the
All right,
attack
so
and then toggle on whatever you're adding to damage, and then roll.
Right, because
damage.
it's for all right, 'cause that's for attack. All right, or damage. All right, I'll
Yeah.
use my dagger and swipe upward at this guy's neck.
All right. Slicing up towards his neck, a 16 will hit as you get like his upwards of his chest, his pectoral. He's a tall guy.
He's a tall guy.
These guys are like 8 feet tall. For 14 points of damage, yes, striking upward, nearly getting into his neck. He is still up.
Can I, while I'm grappled, can I still use Nick or no?
Absolutely, yeah.
And we'll go ahead and then let me click off Dreadful Strike for that one. And then I'll pull that offhand out and we'll take that hit.
14 just hits. That is their AC.
Sucker!
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch!
For 5 points of damage, as they're grabbing a hold of your rib, you stab into their chest with your dagger and then quickly slash out and cut their throat as they bend down and topple to the ground. Anything else for
Vic
Vic?
just lets out a yoo-hoo! And that's it.
All right, as their grip is still gripped onto your rib for that brief moment before slipping off in the wet, rainy mud.
Blood and mud.
There's that. What again?
Is that what?
Anything else for Vic? Yeah, you got movement if you want it.
No. You know what? I will move my drow happy ass 5, 10, 15, 20 there.
All right, moving away. As you wait, where were you just standing?
I was in front of her.
Okay, so this
So,
guy will
no
reach
attack.
out to grab you,
No.
getting a 20 to hit.
Shit, he does.
As you run away, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as they grab hold of like your foot and quickly pull you backwards, and then grab a hold of like your
Which guy?
The scruff of your
Everybody on
neck.
my screen is red X's. Oh, that guy.
This guy's got a long reach, buddy.
Bugbears
now
have
he's
long, lanky arms. That will take us to
So
Baron.
So real quick before, so a
Mhm, yeah.
bugbear it's instead of the 5 foot, it's a 10 foot attack of opportunity.
It depends on the creature to creature. So not everyone has 5 foot. Some creatures have a 20-foot reach. So it just depends. There is no for sure hard rule like 5 foot for, it varies to creature. But this is
Okay,
the
so
part. This is where you learn that bugbears have reach.
right. So I just So
Yeah.
all right, and 4.
So it's like
My man, thank you.
if someone had like a pole arm or something, they have that kind of reach.
Okay.
But
I'm just so used to the like 5 feet. Like if
Absolutely.
you're right in their face.
Absolutely.
So
You-
that's all.
that makes perfect sense. Like Vic thought he was okay and quickly learned that this bugbear has further reach than he anticipated,
This bugbear's a dastardly fellow.
which
All
will,
right, then.
will take us to Baron.
So Baron is going to come up here to about this position.
Okay.
Is giving somebody something out of my inventory an action or a bonus action?
What are you giving them?
A potion of healing.
Like, are you trying to make him chug it?
No, I'm trying to just give it to him.
I mean, so technically, like, unless you have like there are some items down the line that like let you kind of quickly reach for a potion. Otherwise, it's usually like you probably have it within arm's reach. It's a bonus action to take. So yeah, I would say it's you can drop it on the ground for him or kind of slap it up against his chest or something.
Yeah, like I don't even want him to have to use it.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
want
just
to give it
like
to
just like grab out in your hand.
him. Yeah,
Although you've got your shields out, you've got your axe out.
that's fine. I just fucking knock it onto the ground next to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Yell at him
yeah,
that it's on the
absolutely.
ground next to him. And then I am going to cast I think it's Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame.
Sparks from your shield,
Yep.
your axe and shield kind of fly out towards them.
And that's a 13 dex.
They got a 13 as they dodge out of the way, finally kind of getting their footing. As this bugbear has not been hurt because they've been horrible footing so far. Anything else for Baron?
Yeah, I think I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm actually gonna go there. 30.
All right.
That'll be it.
That will take us to Shad Rock Mall. I always want to say Rock Lobster, but Shad Rock Mall. Shad, what's up? What's good?
Shad will start dragging this body.
Okay. Shad is dragging the body. It will impede your movement ever so slightly, so I'll say reduce it by 5 feet. You got 25 feet of movement.
And then move again.
Okay, action dash. Shad's got a purpose. Replacing this body with Adune's body.
Wait,
Yep.
As he's
What a
dragging it over to
fucking-
where Adune is.
Oh man.
You guys would just see
I
Shad
love it.
sprinting out the door, moving with purpose. As yep, you get it there for sure. Now you just need to. It'll take a moment or two, maybe a minute at most, to kind of exchange the bodies, but you certainly can do that in a moment.
Then I will. If I have to use my next turn to do it, I'll do that.
All right, that will take us to Artie.
All right. Artie will pop back over here and shoot down at the bugbear.
All right, at advantage. Oh, I
Yeah,
saw
you
the
dice.
dice that time. 28 will absolutely hit.
Nice.
I do like that purple.
That is good purple. For 15 points of damage, it stabs into their back with an arrow as they're grabbing hold of Vic.
Not too many different hide options here. So, Artie will for once stay visible, but bonus action, he's going to take the dodge.
Okay, just ready to dodge out of the way, just preparing yourself. Bow in hand will take us to Enoch.
So the sprite beforehand, it would have taken my action to use it. Is that the same way with the familiar?
So only with the attack with the sprite previously. Otherwise, you can just tell your familiar to do shit and it'll do it.
Okay.
Like you can tell it to
Well,
like go over there, harass that person, do this shit. It's a long
yeah, I
ass
was
spell.
thinking about sending it out next to Vic to try to do that flyby that you mentioned.
So flyby only works for like attacks, or it doesn't provoke attacks opportunity when it flies away from a creature.
But can't it do something with the health potion? It's basically a bonus to heal,
It doesn't have hands.
but it has the talons to grab a health potion.
What's it gonna do with them?
Okay. All right.
No,
Well,
I mean, really asking, what's it
it
gonna
can
do with
go
it? Like,
30
it
feet in
can
the air and
pick it
fly
up,
out.
but like,
Yeah.
it was gonna try to like force feed Vic the health potion.
I would say no to that. It lacks the
Okay.
the opposable thumbs.
It just hits Vic in the forehead. Ow!
It could go 30 feet up in the air and drop it on his head.
I don't want to take more damage.
Doesn't want to take more damage.
Okay.
God
Well,
damn.
we'll I'll figure out how to do that later on, but I'd like to just attack then. So I'm gonna walk up right over this bugbear,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna basically throw up this poison down from above it.
Sure. As you throw up, yeah, give me a poison spray attack. 19, yeah. It pours onto their head. Anything else for and roll me some damage. We'll take 1 point of poison. It's a trickle. You're running dry.
Yeah, as I say, my stomach's a little empty.
Yeah. As you
Um,
didn't eat the stew.
That's right. Hey, it would have been coming out of the other end.
That's what is it? Fog cloud or no?
Foghorn.
Cloud,
Yeah,
cloud kill.
Yeah, cloud kill.
Yeah.
Anything else for
Um,
Enoch?
I mean, Ralichar did fart on fucking.
Sure.
I hate you so much for bringing that up right now.
Sure.
Nobody here knows about that but us three.
Anything else for Enoch though?
He's just gonna kind of tip his hat at Artie and walk back where he was.
All right. That will take us to the bugbear in question, as pulling out this muddy hammer, smashes it into Vic as best they can. Kind of pulling you a little bit closer, Vic, getting a 19 to hit.
That hits.
As Vic, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. It steps up closer towards you, kind of slapping something away from their head. What? Get over here! And just tries and just smacks you in the head with a hammer. Taking us to your turn, Vic.
Hunter's mark on him.
Give me a Constitution save to maintain concentration.
Yep.
You will have to recast it. I believe you are all out of free casts.
I am out of free casts, but I have plenty of spell slots left. So for you know what?
You're good.
You won't burn that one.
No, Baron calls out loud. You're good.
What?
He just said you're good. You don't know
You're
what that
good.
means, but what are you doing, Tommy?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just swipe at him with my good old fashioned dagger,
All
man.
right.
Oh shit! I forgot to click off Hunter's mark. Shit.
You could click it off now.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go and
That's
roll me
right,
some damage. A
damage.
24 will hit.
Yep, click that off. Do.
Oh, max damage for 8 points of damage. You stab into their leg, right above their knee.
Pull out the scimitar, a
Yeah,
little
you got
offhand action.
Scimitar in hand. That will hit.
All right.
They're
Oh,
pulling you
what a
close. They
roll.
take 4 points of damage as they are still up, as you're barely up yourself.
Very much so. I'll just stay put.
And getting a very close-up smell of what smells like closest thing to wet dog and like rotten hides. That will take us to Bairn.
Baron wants to charge this motherfucker.
Yeah.
He wants to get this dude off of Vic. So he's gonna aim his fucking spiky shoulder pauldrons at him, and he's gonna fucking charge him.
Sure. That would be an unarmed strike. Uh-oh.
Yep, that's fine. And that's gonna be an unarmed strike. Damn, I don't even know where that is. Down at the bottom.
Below turn undead, above word of radiance.
Unarmed strike. There it is. All right, cool.
He's not bad at this. Yeah, you charge into them. Roll me some of that unarmed strike damage.
Can I move him away? Like,
Uh,
because like
so
I
if
charge
if you
him.
wanted to, you could.
Tackle him.
It would be a. He would then get a saving throw, a strength or dexterity save. Or you can give Vic the help action to no longer be grappled. Or you can do damage. Your damage with unarmed strike isn't bad.
Okay, so my options are, as I charge this dude,
You can
and
do
hit him with my
damage. You
shoulder
can shove him, and or you could do is give Vic the help action to have advantage to break a grapple.
but my advantage, or it's going to be a save for the.
If you want
guy
to
that
shove him,
I
it
hit.
will be a save. Granted, he does have reach, so you won't be shoving him away from Vic's reach. So it'll still be grabbing Vic.
Right.
Do the damage.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do damage, and I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
With my shoulder pauldrons still very close to his face.
Absolutely.
Like he's gonna have spikes close to his face.
Well, you're half his size.
Yeah, but my spikes are also like quite a few inches long.
He's like 8 to 9 feet tall. You're not even
I
5
would
foot.
I would rather the spikes in my face than my
roll
groin.
me some.
I bet.
Roll me some damage,
And
and we'll
his-
see how it goes.
His pauldron spikes are probably at a
that
height to
was
hit
the hit.
sensitive areas.
That was the hit.
Yeah.
Really the damage.
Okay, I wasn't. I knew it was more than 2. With 4 points of damage, yeah, you leap into the air, and Pauldron's spike goes straight into this creature's face. as they topple over, releasing Vic from their grasp.
Oh, nice.
With all enemies in the area dealt with for now, we turn to see, in this moment, Shad bringing down Adun's body and replacing it with this priest of who knows what. This watery, drowned priest getting rained on. Bodies of bugbears and bodies of...
Baron's gonna pick up one of these bodies and start to drag it over that way.
Well, I will say here is where we're gonna end tonight, as you do hear the sounds of yelling. Sounds like an alarm has been raised. Crackle of thunder echoes throughout the keep.
Ooh, fancy.
But yeah, thank you for watching, folks, and we will see you next time. So, night, internet.
Good night. You
Good
too.
night.
Night.
Uh-huh.